ओके, सो वी आर लाइव नाउ। नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज मेरे साथ पुणे से श्री नंद कुमार जेठानी जी हैं। दादा, यू आर बेसिकली अ सिविल इंजीनियर इनटू बिजनेस ऑफ सिविल इंजीनियरिंग, रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्सेट्रा.
Absolutely, yes,
You
sir.
are chairman. You are chairman of Bulk Bitumen Transport Association of India.
Yes,
You
sir.
are secretary to International Sindhu Chamber of Commerce, Pune.
Yes, sir.
Right, Dada?
Right, sir.
Anything
Right.
else? If I am missing, you can tell me about yourself.
I'm the past honorary secretary for the Builders Association of India for 2 terms in Pune. Likewise,
Okay.
I am the past secretary for Bharatiya Sindhu Sabha Pune.
Okay.
Recently, you must have heard about the Vishwa Sindhi Seva Sangam, which was
Yeah.
originally Bharatiya Sindhi
The
Seva Sangam.
the international president, Law and Dr. Raju Manwani, was guest before you today.
Yes, just a few minutes back, he was there. He was he's a president, international,
Hmm.
and I was the national secretary for good many years. But since I
Okay.
am at Pune and I cannot give more attention, this is a Bombay-based organization, all India, all world. But because
Yeah.
of my age and traveling difficulties, so
Okay.
I told them to excuse me, and then things are going. We are together. We are working on that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, Dada. Shall we
So
start the
I
interview
was
now?
the national secretary for that also.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention?
Then, I'm comfortable.
Okay.
I'm comfortable. We can start.
Okay, Dada. So my first question to you is impact of COVID-19 on India, world, and Sindhi community.
Two parts of it. Impact on the world. It's a very bad thing. It's absolutely no words for the loss which will be faced by these things.
Hmm.
And rightly said, all losses and all problems are two sides of the coin. The other side of the coin is we'll be fighting it, we'll come out of it successfully, and we'll be doing far better than what we are doing. I have got many examples. The flood in Gujarat, Rajkot, Morbi, maybe 77, 78, then the 2001 earthquake in Kutch,
Kutch.
Gandhidham. Then there was 1961. I was 2 years old in Pune when there was a very big flood. The entire city, center part of the city was submerged in water. Pune has come out of it with flying colors. I know many countries who have done very good post this national calamities. All problems comes with more solutions. We just have to be strong enough to face them. And I am 1000% sure that the entire world will be doing good. My India will be doing far better than what others are doing. For extra reason of my closeness to the subject matter of what is happening in the country right now as far as the political situation is concerned. India, as of now, is having strong political leadership with very strong vision and mission both. Therefore, that is an additional reason why we should be doing good. This is as far as the world was concerned. Let me come back to
Okay.
Sindhis. Sindhis have always been enterprising people, very enterprising.
Hmm.
The toughest part in anybody's life is the migration. Migration, whoever will do migration or whoever does tend and think of doing migration is having a big heart, mind, and the strength and the force to fight with new things. We, due to some unforeseen and unwarranted political situations, had to go through a partition wherein our country was divided into parts. We, my parents, my seniors, my ancestors came from Sindh, Pakistan to the other part of India. And that was a real tough job. I was not born in Pakistan. My father was maybe 12 or 13 years when he came to India. And thereafter, they settled in initially at Mumbai, then Thana, then Mulund, then they went to Jaipur. But gradually, all Sindhis went to choice place of their comfort, where their friends and the known ones were there. So my parents decided to be at Pune, and I was born in Pune. I remember the journey was started with the thing was like we were considered as refugees. There
Yeah.
was such a big misunderstanding. We Sindhis basically migrated from one part of the country to the other part of the country. I don't know how they called us refugees and how they put us to real torture. The political will on those days, the facilities of banking, the communication, the telephones, the newspapers, the social media, in the absence of all this, The journey was real tough. But the bottom line and the silver lining on that is they could do it. The tough job of migrating and settling down. And today, when I feel bad, people are migrating from one place to other. I feel bad. I feel really bad. The bad is into two parts. One is because the political situation and the communication is not taking properly. What is in store for those migratory people? With the best of the intentions, our government, whether it is the state or the central, without name taking or without blaming anybody, the proper communication through the IS officers, the collectors, the commissioners, something is missing somewhere, due to which proper message to the migrating people is not really available, and they are confused lot. In
Don't
fact,
you believe don't sorry to interrupt you. Don't you
tell me,
believe that this information of lockdown should have been given 4 or 5 days prior to the lockdown, so that these
I,
people should have migrated comfortably?
I subscribe to your thought. In ordinary terms and normal times, this is possible. See, if you are planning a marriage, you can do it 3 months in advance. If you are planning an holiday, you can do it 2 months in advance. These national calamities do not give you time to breathe.
But
They do
actually,
not
Singapore
give
did this. Singapore intimated their citizens 5 days ago that we are going under lockdown. So you better be
absolutely,
prepared for it.
absolutely. They are far advanced than our Indians. We are having 29 states and union territories. The communication between the central government and the state governments, I personally believe there was a communication between them that we will have to go something, we'll have to do something as the other people in the other parts of the world are doing. But the communication, there is a very big gap in the proper communication in the country, which has created all these things. The supply chain was the responsibility of some agencies, which I feel have failed miserably, is
Okay.
the bottom line. That is what I say. Having said so, I don't blame them for that. The volume, the size of, and the magnitude of the problem is so very huge, so very huge, so very gigantic. The best of the organizations will fail. And when it all came as a surprise to all the collectors, the chairmen, the commissioners, the secretaries, the under secretaries, the political people, then separate ministries, then the state government, then the central government, there was no proper liaising between them. This is my personal feeling. I'm open to correction. But that thing has created some problem. Otherwise, we are the best of the people. And the mankind works best in times of crisis. So we should also have worked best in the crisis. But because of some lacuna in communication, this has failed. Anyway, we learned from the past. We have learned a good lesson. Now we are very much organized. The entire country is facing strongly to take care of all the problems which are supposed to come. How far? See, the trouble would be there. The problem would be there. The migration would be there. Some people going hungry would be there. As far as sympathetic attitude among our citizens, among our brethren is there, I'm sure we'll come out of it with flying colors.
So you don't subscribe to Congress's criticism that Modi government has failed in this lockdown.
No. See, the opposite, the ruling party has to do something. The opposite party has to oppose something. So it is just a natural thing. It is a natural phenomena. If they are complaining against Modi, तो ठीक है ना? क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? As long as Modi is doing his job, the central government is doing his job, and the opposition is doing its job, there is no ill feelings about it. ठीक है.
And what about your Maharashtra government? What about your Maharashtra government?
Absolutely,
Let me complete the question.
absolutely.
Let me complete the question. See, Maharashtra is on top of the chart, right?
Yes.
Maharashtra and especially Mumbai and Pune. Do you believe that it is a failure of Uddhav Thackeray government or lack of experience because he's the first time CM? He was not into public life before that. Do you think that he's lacking some experience, or maybe it is failure of bureaucracy? What do you feel is the reason?
I will put it in differently. I would put it
Okay.
differently. Your conviction remains the same. My conviction remains the same. The fact is, this Maharashtra government is compromising of three parties: Shiv Sena, National Congress Party, and Congress. Now, when there are three Mahaagadi, they have called the name ceremony has given them Mahaagadi name. But
Yeah.
we as senior business people, we have spent our lifetime We deal with government agencies, private agencies, deal with firms, we have got associations, we have got trust. Everywhere we have seen, everywhere. Whenever there is a single boss, however good, bad, right, or wrong, things will go in a direction. But when we have got three bosses, I'll give a specific example. Shiv Sena party, Uddhav Thackeray will give some instruction in the morning to the bureaucrat, which will not be appreciated by National Communist Party, Congress Party. After a few hours, they will expect ego problem and real technicalities also, without discussion, without pre-deciding what really needs to be done, without taking into confidence all the stakeholders. If not all, at least the politician and bureaucrats, they come sit together, derive a formula. And all, obviously, when I say the politician and the bureaucrat, I mean to say the three political parties of the Maha-Aghadi in Maharashtra and the bureaucrat, if they sit together, decide what needs to be done and what are the central government guidelines, because this is a national calamity. Central government, state government have to go hand in hand. Then the bureaucrat and the local politician have to go hand in hand. So all these three parties, all the three stakeholders had to sit on a common table, maybe video conferencing or physically, that is apart and beside the point. But had they
Don't you
done
believe
that,
they are doing this? Don't you believe they are doing this?
half-heartedly, with ego problem. Yesterday also,
So
this was the fifth time.
basically, you are blaming the three-cornered government for this Maharashtra topping the chart.
Yes, that is one. Second part is Shiv Sena, however good a gentleman Uddhav Thackeray is, but being a gentleman is not the solution. Your experience does make a difference. The Thackeray family, I know them three generations, right from Uddhav Thackeray to his father Balasaheb Thackeray, and now his Aditya Thackeray. These three generations, and Raj Thackeray and the entire family of Thackeray's, they've never been in the administration and the government. They really don't have the experience of how a bureaucrat has to be handled, how decisions have to be taken. How
they always run a remote control government.
Yes, absolutely. That's the right word. Now, all of a sudden, from the remote control government, you are at the helm of affairs. That is one part of the story which makes the complication. The second part of the story is the Home Department, the very important portfolio who's going to do all these things, is with the National Congress Party, and not with the Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena chief minister decides on something. So again, they and the NCP and the Congress, they have to sit together, arrive at a common platform, arrive at a common decision, and then put it in implementation to the bureaucrats. They don't have to work. They don't have to work, but they have to coordinate. They are failing somewhere over there. This is my personal belief. And while saying so, it is without any intention to hurt anybody's feelings, whether it is Shiv Sena or Congress Party or the National Congress Party. It is their job. While they are ruling in Maharashtra, they have to oppose it all over India. So that the policy matter it is there. So what they are trying to do, I wish they do still better. There is lots of scope to do better.
So basically, you are saying it is a failure of state government and not the central government, and every lock has a key, and we shall overcome.
Absolutely.
Okay, Dada. So my second question to you is your suggestion to governments, Indian government as well as worldwide.
Okay. As far as world is concerned, it's such a huge world. All these entire countries, communist parties, the leftist parties, the democratic setups, all these things, the developed countries, the underdeveloped countries, they are all at different levels. Everybody's intention is to come out of this crisis. Exactly. The way to come out of the crisis is a very big question mark. There is no vaccine for this problem. Number one.
As of now.
There is no medicine for this thing. I understand from Pune, when Mr. Rajiv Bajaj of Bajaj family, then our Adar Poonawalla of Serum Institute, two within Pune itself, and likewise, at least seven different agencies across the world have developed vaccine for this. Now, having said so, the vaccine is developed, but unless and until it goes through the tiring process of trials on the animals, then on the human beings, and there is a process. In the past 10 years, 15 years, 20 years back, it is a time-bound process, and we cannot expect anything. Earliest we can expect that vaccine to be coming in the market would be October. Having said so, चलो मान लो अक्टूबर में वैक्सीन आ गया, but where is the medicine for that? Medicine for the problem is also a problem. So I hope and presume that there are many people, many agencies, many governments working on it. So they should be in a position to get it. This is for the world. As far as tell me, sir.
Yeah, please carry on. Please carry on.
As far as my country is concerned, I am very much confident. The best of the brains we have got. Our brains, our boys, our girls, our people, after getting education, they have been going to far off countries, America and developed countries to work, and they have made a name for them over there. As far as technology is concerned, maybe there would be some limitations, but as far as the software is concerned, the human software is concerned, I am sure some boy from my country, some doctor from my country, from my India will come out with excellently good results, and it is a matter of time. And especially when we have a Prime Minister like Narendra Modi, who is very quick to take good decisions and fast decisions. Anybody coming up with good proposals, he will take it up very fast.
So you basically second the thought of WHO president who says that India will lead the fight against COVID.
Okay, yeah, that could be said. Whatever difference of opinion the world might be having with the WHO president on this aspect, I am supportive and I subscribe to his thought process that India will lead the war against this pandemic procedure.
Okay, Dada, when do you see the situation improving?
Situation improving will come after the situation is deteriorated. See, in our country, we are at a very, very primary stage. 2,000, 3,000 people there, 70,000 are infected patients with a population of 130 billion types of people and all. Okay, so we have not come to the top. We have not come to the worst. We are going. This graph is going to go up.
But we are not aggressively testing also. Na? That is one of the reasons.
That is the reason, or that could be one of the reasons, probably, where we don't see many patients. Okay, but this position, the geographical position of India is such. I'll give you a non-relevant example, which has got nothing to do with the subject, but somewhere it is connected. If you see the human psychology of an American or a developed country, and if you see the psychology of the South Asian, especially the Indian part of it, those guys believe in plastic money.
Yeah.
We believe in hard cash money.
Cash money. रोकड़ा.
Yes, रोकड़ा पैसा. हम लोग सेविंग्स पे विश्वास करते हैं. आज कमाएंगे, थोड़ा बचाएंगे, थोड़ा खर्च करेंगे. कल के लिए बचाएंगे. उसमें से थोड़ा गोल्ड परचेस करेंगे. That is our basic software. Philosophy है और वो हम लोग करते हैं. You wouldn't be surprised. I've seen many beggars, they don't have money. They don't have anything to eat. But I'll tell you, believe me, you go and check up with some beggar. He also has got some savings. So all our Indians have some savings to bank upon.
So there are beggars paying income tax in Bangladesh.
Absolutely. So this is the South Asia what we are talking about. So there is some saving part of it. Then come to the climatic position. The climatic position and our race, Hindustan, Hindu, Bharatiya, Bharat, whichever name we give, without going into any controversy, because there are many controversies going on. So I would not say that I am a pure Hindu or a Sanatan Dharma, but whatever for the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years, this country has been doing. If you see the haldi हम लोग वापरते हैं, हम लोग और कितने herbs वापरते हैं, herbal वापरते हैं, हम लोगों का जो खाना बनता है, वो खाना भी उसमें कितने सारे हम लोग spices डालते हैं. All these spices, what we have been having, and all the Ayurvedic medicine that we have been having, some inbuilt power of resistance within our Indians is different than what it is with the other part of the world. Our resistance to fight small medical problems is much, much more than the people of the other continents. That is my
you are saying Indians are high on immunity.
Yes, absolutely. We are high on immunity. That's the right word for it. Therefore, the problem, what we see, we could say what you said, what it is being said on the national TVs and every TV part channel, wherever you go. They say, sir, हमने testing ही नहीं किया तो कितने बीमार हैं कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? So that could be one of the reasons. ज़्यादा, अरे लेकिन आप check किसको करोगे? We people for some egoistic reason to oppose the government. Such a beautiful app by the government of China has come, which is very much carbon copy like our Arogya Setu app.
Arogya Setu.
Arogya Setu app. The Chinese people are using that Arogya Setu app. They would not be able to cross many milestones. They wouldn't be able to go to any building if they are not having the Arogya Setu app in their mobile. Now we Indians, if you see the Arogya Setu app, who's downloading it? कोई download ही नहीं कर रहा है. The government has to come out with legislation. Okay, all migratory people coming to UP, all people coming by flight at Mumbai airport, Delhi airport, the first basic condition would be they will have to be mandatorily having to download the Arogya Setu app. So we, at some point, some communication, more communication, some canvassing, something has to be done by virtue of which our people would start using that app. It is such a fantastically beautiful made, technically. That would give us a warning. We can backtrack. Tracking हो सकता है कहाँ से प्रॉब्लम आ रही कैसे आ रही है. So anyway,
okay, my question number one had 3 parts: the impact on India, world, and Sindhi community. You answered 2 of them, world and India, but you forgot to answer the impact on Sindhi community.
Yes, sir. We were so very engrossed in the other parts and many examples. So I'll come to that. Sindhis have been very enterprising for the very long time, very, very long time. They are known for the sturdiness with them. They will fight any problem and they will come out of it successfully. There are poor people in Sindhi community also.
Mostly trading community.
Trading community is there, strong community. There are some poor people also, all mixed people, and we are very much cosmopolitan. See, Sindhis basically, when we came back at the time of partition to the other part of the country called India, from the second Sindh part of the Pakistan part to the India part of it, I always make it a point to specifically say neither we were refugees nor what. We were basically out of compulsion, migrated. We have migrated from one part of the country to the other part of the country. Okay. Our strength lies to be together, being cosmopolitan. We are very much susceptible to changes. We change very fast as per the situation. Sindhis have got that flexibility to adapt to the prevailing situation, to the conditions. When we came to India, we came to Maharashtra, we never knew Marathi. Marathis will never accept anybody, whichever country you go, whichever place you go, a migrant will not be immediately accepted. But we were accepted within a very short time, whether it was Delhi or whether it was Bombay, because we had the natural instinct of changing ourselves. We have been Absolutely. इस करके हमको ये कोई बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम नहीं दिख रहा है. इट इज अ माइनर थिंग. जहां इतनी सारी दिक्कतें देख ली हमने, पार्टीशन से क्या बुरा डिसीजन क्या हो सकता था उससे बुरा. जब वो चीजें हमने देखी है तो ये क्या चीज है, ये भी निकल जाएगा. देन वी विल गो थ्रू दिस एंड वी विल Sindhis will be the best to come out of it and they will give by example, live by example.
Okay. Dada, your message to the Sindhis worldwide, entire Sindhi community.
Under normal situations, whenever we talk about Sindhis in India and Sindhis of the world, there is always a difference. But now there is no Sindhi of India and Sindhi of world or Sindhi of America. All Sindhis are Sindhis. The problem is worldwide. There is no local problem of Pune, Maharashtra, Mumbai or India. The problem is worldwide, this pandemic problem. My message to all Sindhis would be, come together. Whatever you people have done today, till date, we people, you people, we all Sindhis have done till date has been remarkable, absolutely. But somehow down the line, I see there is a shortage of some leadership. In Sindhis, we are short of leadership. We need to come out with some very good people who can lead the
represent
Sindhis.
Represent us politically.
Politically in India, but otherwise also we want representation across the world. See, we need a guru, na? We need some big boss we want, some guru we want. That is how things go. The previously joint families, the grandfather would be the head of the family. Those days we used to call HUF, Hindu Undivided Family and all. But that is on a smaller scale. But even if you go to any scale, we need to have some leaders who can guide us, who can be with us, and we follow them. Some leadership has to evolve among the Sindhi people. whether it comes from America or from Japan or from Hong Kong and this Taiwan and Spain or from India, that makes no difference. But some Sindhis need to come out of it openly and they need to lead the others. That is what I personally believe.
Okay, Dada, I am sure you must have heard about the religious conversation going on in the area nearby Ulhasnagar. And post-COVID era, when the economic poor people will face poor economic conditions, do you think this conversion will increase?
Yes, absolutely. The people who convert, the people who
There
put
are
in
let me
money,
let me put it clearly in another way round that many Sindhis have converted to Christianity due to poor economic conditions.
yeah,
I'm sure you are aware of it.
absolutely. I have been vocal about it. I am not in favor
Yeah,
of any conversion, and there are
yeah,
two parts of it. Whenever the
mm,
subject of conversion comes,
mm,
our immediate impression is the poor have been converted. But I
yeah,
have seen some padris, Sindhi padris
mm,
also, and who are rich
mm,
people.
mm,
You mentioned about Ulhasnagar.
yeah,
देयर इज नो एक्सेप्शन उल्लासनगर में थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया अगर आप उधर
mm,
देखेंगे वहां पे जो पादरी है उसको जो बोलते हैं फादर बोलते हैं या जो भी कुछ है एंड वो लोग जो संडे का मास वगैरह करते हैं इफ यू सी दी
जी,
चर्चेस हैव नॉट कम इन उल्लासनगर द सरप्राइजिंग फैक्ट यू वुड नॉट सी चर्च ऑन द रोड but there were many good prominent rich Sindhis who have converted their homes into
their
church
homes. Mm,
home into church and that is the place where they conduct the mass and
mm,
everything.
mm,
Money is not the only criteria. Aid is not the only criteria for which people convert. People convert for love, affection, some
okay.
satisfaction. See, the Christianity is the biggest marketed religion in this world.
Mm,
Okay, there is very small difference between ideological difference between Islamization and Christianization. We Hindus are good at it. We don't do anything.
yeah.
We don't invite anybody. Whoever is within us remains with us. Whoever wants to join joins us.
We
Whoever
we
goes.
basically live in Sarva to Sukhinam.
Yes. That is how we have been doing. They have principally, if you see the Muslims, the Islamization people and the systems, they have mullahs on their payroll. Christians have got sisters and padris on their payroll. Their full-time job is to go and attend and meet people. People
Mm.
who are in crisis will be attended. A brotherly love, affection, some soft healing touch, they will come and give to them.
So, do you
Maybe
believe they
that
will
is
use this opportunity of COVID?
1000% yes. Absolutely. They are waiting for it. They are waiting
Mm,
for it. Only thing is, I just pray to God and wish that the present dispensation of our country, the ruling party, especially, I wouldn't say Narendra Modi or BJP or the right wing, all these things, words are not, but the present dispensation was very much smart enough to stop the flow of funds of the NGOs, which was the first step towards stopping them to come and create nuisance and the conversions. But that needs to be done something more. This was not enough. The NGOs का जो पैसा रोक दिया, NGOs की freedom रुक जाएगी, NGOs रुक जाएंगे, ऐसा हुआ नहीं है. The government of India needs to bring some strong legislation and some policing on the matter needs to be done.
okay. Dada,
But,
your
but
this
yeah,
yeah. Please continue.
but the fact remains,
Mm.
the vultures to come and convert the people are waiting for this opportunity.
So,
Whenever,
this is the
wherever there is a
responsibility of we Hindis to stop that. It is the
yes,
responsibility of
as
our
far as
community.
yes, our Siddhi brethren falling into those clutches, brothers and sisters, it is our
Mm.
responsibility. Whether we accept it or not, today we might not accept, but we will have to accept the responsibility. We'll have to work on that matter.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Okay, Dada, your International Sindhi Chamber of Commerce or your this Transportation Association, are they contributing in any way during this COVID period?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Please,
In all terms.
please
See,
enlighten
see,
us.
yeah. See, in all organizations and all types of crisis, there are
Mm.
different ways of helping. One
Yeah,
is a rich guy will give some money,
definitely.
the not so resourceful man will come and give some labor.
Mm.
The others will provide guidance, provide communication. In all
Mm.
formats, help is help.
Definitely.
International Sindhu Chamber is also doing its very best, taking people together into confidence, giving them guidelines how to do. We are not physically involved in distributing, whether it is my Bulk Bitumen Transport Association or whether it is a National Sindhu Chamber of Commerce. We are not physically involved in, but we do the job of collecting funds from one side and passing on to the other side so that something goes. And we see to it, whatever contribution it is done through our organization goes into the best of the hands.
Wonderful.
So that proper use is there. That is how we work on it.
Wonderful. Okay, Dada, my organization, Inter Sindhi organization, is doing this lockdown series of interviews with Sindhi iconic people. Do you like this concept? You have to say something about this.
In fact, I will tell you something different. I'll put it differently. What you are doing was the need of the hour.
Okay.
It was the need of the hour. We Sindhis at Pune do not know what Sindhis of Delhi are doing. For that matter, we don't know what the Sindhis of Bangalore are doing. We don't know our brethren. Now, in the good old days, we used to go as cousins to our relatives' place. We used to go and meet them, mingle them. We used to go. But of late, the situations in the competitive world, things are different now. So we do go to Delhi, we go to Bangalore, but business related or a holiday related. So we do not have a connect between the community members. What you are doing is bridging the gap. It is very important.
I'm trying to bridge the gap.
I bless you, I wish you, and I pray to Almighty, He gives you more resources, more opportunities. At the end of the day, what you are going to get is maybe something of a satisfaction kind of thing. But
Definitely.
the entire, but the community will gain. Community will learn so many things. Will gain from all this experience when we come together.
Definitely.
So what you are doing is absolutely to the point requirement, which was missing, and you are filling up the gap, bridging the gap. I wish you the best. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dada. Thank you for taking time out for me. Jai Jhulelal.
Jai Jhulelal. Thank you. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
God bless. Yeah.